History of tied matches at the ICC Cricket World Cup. After almost 100 overs of cricket, when a cricket match ends a tie, it's one of the craziest thing to experience. Both teams fights hard to win and eventually, cricket is the ultimate winner. In all, teams have finished level on runs on more than 40 plus occasions over the history of the limited overs game. However, there have been 5 instances when a World Cup match was ended as tie. We take a look back at the games where teams finished even Stevens on the game's biggest stage. South Africa vs Australia, Edgbaston, 1999. The stakes couldn't get much higher in the 1999 semi-final, with Australia and South Africa battling for a place in the tournament decider. Not only did both teams finish with an identical runs tally, 213, but they were both dismissed before their 50 overs were out. Famously, after big hitting Lance Klusener clobbered the first 2 balls of the final over to the boundary, South Africa were left needing one more run off 4 balls with 1 wicket in hand. It wasn't enough, as after Klusener was run out on the 4th ball of the over, scores were left tied and Australia advanced on superior run rate. Sri Lanka vs South Africa, Durban, 2003. For the second straight World Cup, South Africa were forced from the tournament on the back of a tied result. What made the South Africa's 2003 exit even harder to swallow was that it came following a miscommunication around the Duckworth-Lewis method that revised Sri Lanka's first innings total of 9 for 268 runs. With rain expected to bring the game to an early end, the South African batsmen were armed with a tally of the number of runs required should they be forced from the ground. However, the scores provided were those required to draw level, not to win as the batsmen thought. To make matters worse, the final ball faced by South Africa was played harmlessly away for no run, as he thought their total of 6 for 229 runs was enough. That error starved the South Africa of a win that would have put them through to the Super Sixes stage, rather than bowing out early at home. Ireland vs Zimbabwe, Kingston, 2007. This match between two minnows was as close as you can get. Chasing Ireland's total of 9 for 221 runs, Zimbabwe looked to have the result within reach, needing just 15 runs off the final 6 overs and with 4 wickets in hand. But Ireland struck with 3 wickets to halt the Zimbabwe chase until the final ball of the match saw the African nation needing 1 run for victory with 1 wicket in hand. Ed Rainsford was run out attempting the winning single, and honours were shared in the opening group game for both nations. India vs England, Bangalore, 2011. India struck the first blow by compiling what looked like a match-winning total of 338 thanks to Sachin Tendulkar's 120. England found their own hero, however, in the form of captain Andrew Strauss, who plundered 158 runs of his own to have England looking the goods at 2 for 281 runs. An inspired spell of bowling from Zaheer Khan shifted the momentum back in India's favour as England's middle order crumbled. Eventually it came down to a final over target of 14 runs and ultimately 2 runs from the final ball. But Graham Swan could only manage a single and the spoils were shared. New Zealand vs England, Lords, 2019. The final featured England and New Zealand in a thrilling match that captivated cricket fans worldwide. Needing 15 runs to win off the final over, Ben Stokes played a crucial role for England, benefiting from an unusual deflection off his bat, which yielded 6 runs. The match concluded with both teams scoring 241 runs, leading to a super over to determine the winner. The super over ended in a dramatic tie as well, with both teams scoring 15 runs. However, England was declared the winner based on the number of boundaries scored throughout the match, which was the deciding factor according to the tournament rules. This victory marked England's first ever World Cup win, and the match will be remembered as one of the most thrilling and closely contested finals in cricket history. Ben Stokes was the hero for England, while Kane Williamson led New Zealand admirably, with both teams showcasing exceptional sportsmanship and skill in this unforgettable encounter.